And so, what is all of this taking us, right? And so he says, here then is the important lesson from our brief study. The shift from the ideas that there are several ways of knowing, right? There's spiritual knowledge and ethical knowledge and that sort of thing, values and so forth. And that theology, science, and other fields provide us with genuine knowledge to the acceptance of scientism and only scientism to give us knowledge was not made on the basis of an argument, facts, or discovery that lay people just didn't know about yet.
Right.
Rather, he tells us, it was merely a pragmatic sociological shift, right? And so he says, with this, then, this kind of all too brief tour of our cultural shift, followed by the roles of university in particular, what he wants to do now is he believes we're in a position to look at the actual arguments in favor of scientism and to see how these arguments, he tells us, fall flat. And so that's what our next chapter will consider, right? It'll look at scientism itself, and it'll talk about here's, how it's self-refuting. That's chapter 4. So
Right.
that's what we'll look at.
Right. So with the failure of the universities, with the failure of nothing able to capture it, I think current day we're seeing maybe a return to the next generation, or maybe some of the thought leaders turning back and looking back at what came before and seeing when it worked and when it was available. And this is the opportunity that the church has. And instead of divorcing ourselves from the world completely as far as being included in the conversation, this is the opportunity to present the truth to a large number of people who they've tried the postmodernism, they've tried the Nietzscheism, they've looked at all that the world has had to offer, and the political outcomes that we see today are clearly evident. And so you're going to have the big names, the Trump-like people pop up, and not just Trump, but other people who are going to fill that vacuum and be cultural leaders. And this is the opportunity for the church not to be cringe and not to secede it over to a new pope or to Eastern Orthodoxy or the bizarre outpouring of liberal Christianity or mega churches, but this is the time to solidly present the faithful teachings of Jesus Christ as the absolute truth, the foundation of truth. And from there, we can reclaim those things that the universities taught, and we can be those thought leaders that are pointing back to the ultimate thought leader. So this presents a glorious opportunity, a redeeming opportunity. And so it's just one that the church has to realize that it's in the midst of, and hopefully we can be a part of that. So